Congratulations! I'm sure you're one of the few people on this planet who are thinking about buying an airplane. We're going to talk about the acquisition of a single-engine aircraft. So if you want to buy a Cessna, a Piper, Beechcraft, or a Cirrus, this video may be useful for you. I'll explain it to you on these 9 steps. Let's go with the first one. Step number 1. The first question that you need to ask yourself is, what is the right aircraft for you? This will depend on what you want to do with your aircraft. For example, if you want to travel fast from point A to point B, you may pay attention on acquiring a Cirrus SR-22. If you travel to Latin America, you better buy an aircraft that has maintenance facilities and availability of aircraft parts in Latin America. If you own a special aircraft, maybe no one will want to repair your aircraft because they don't know how it works, so you may get stuck for a long time. A Piper or Cessna may fit for this kind of trip. Or if you don't want to experiment with a new model, you better buy a Cessna 172, the most popular aircraft ever built in history. Just make sure you buy an aircraft that you need instead of the aircraft that you want. And if you have never flown the aircraft that you want to buy, please rent it and fly it before buying it. Step number 2. The budget will get you to a range of make, model, and year that you may afford. Generally, older planes are cheaper than newer planes. If you have cash, we can start talking about an aircraft acquisition today. But if you need financing, you better start talking to the banks now because you need pre-approval for a loan to move forward. Regarding timing, I recommend you to plan an aircraft acquisition with time because that will give you the option to negotiate so you can get a good plane for less money. If you need it right now, it will be hard to run a negotiation, and that means that you may end up paying more than the fair value of the aircraft. Step number 3. Where do you search for second-hand aircraft? Mainly on 2 websites, Trade a Plane and Controller. These 2 websites have a lot of aircraft for sale. One of the problems that you may find is that around 70% of the aircraft advertised for sale don't have the price listed. So you need to start calling a lot of people to figure out the right price of the aircraft. Here, you have a shortlist comparison of some of the most popular single-engine aircraft available in the market. Step number 4. You need to meet some requirements to get a loan in a bank for financing your aircraft. Here you have some of these requirements. Make sure you know the make, model, and year before asking for a loan at the bank. After financing gets approved, you can move forward. Step number 5. Here you have a list of things that you need to pay attention to when buying an aircraft. Also, I have 8 valuation tips that I want to share with you. Number 1. Make sure there is availability of maintenance and aircraft parts for the aircraft that you want to buy. Number 2. An older plane is going to be cheaper to buy but more expensive on maintenance. Number 3. An airplane with higher airframe and engine time than average should cost less than the average airplane of the same make, model, and year. Number 4. Review if the aircraft that you're buying is up to date with maintenance and pay attention to maintenance that is coming due. If there is a big maintenance review coming soon, make sure it is reflected in the price of the aircraft. Number 5. Avionics are subjective depending on the kind of avionics that you like. After considering the basics, the aircraft will be more valuable for you if it has the avionics that you like. Number 6. Subtract money if the exterior and interior of the aircraft are in bad shape. Number 7. Pay attention to corrosion signs because aircraft located in humid location or ice location may have corrosion. Number 8. I recommend you that you do not buy an aircraft with damage unless that you have a proof that it was repaired by a good mechanic shop. It is harder to resell these kind of planes. Step number 6. Once you're ready to move forward and make an offer, make sure you have a purchase contract. This will protect you in case of any misunderstanding that you encounter during the negotiation process. Understanding the right price of the aircraft that you want to buy is key in the negotiation. If you do it well, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, but if you mess it up, you may end up buying an aircraft that is expensive, and once you want to sell it, you will realize that nobody will pay the price that you're asking. Also, you need to understand if there is room to negotiate. Some make and models sell really fast. There are even aircraft advertisements for some of the models saying wanted. So if you want one of these planes, your room for negotiation is going to be really low. Step number 7. This is the boring part of closing a deal, but one of the most important. Here I have a checklist for some of the main steps, and I want to talk about some of them. The logbook is a record of important events in the management, operation, and navigation of an aircraft. If the logbook is missing, I would recommend that you do not buy the plane. And if logbook is available, please spend time reviewing it because it has useful information about maintenance and operation of the aircraft. Also, if the aircraft does not have a registration certificate, don't buy it. And make sure that the certificate of airworthiness is up to date, because if it is not, means that the aircraft may have some maintenance issues. Also, try to run a title search to make sure the aircraft had no damage in the past. Step number 8. Make sure you get an aircraft insurance since the first minute after you buy the aircraft. Try to get a quote of at least 2 insurance companies, hopefully 3. I recommend you to hangar your aircraft depending on your location. Try to do it if the aircraft is located in a humid place or somewhere with snow. Also, try to get some quotes of the cost of parking your aircraft in 3 different airports around you. You may find huge difference in prices. Step number 9. I hope you take advantage of this free information, but if you feel that buying an aircraft is too complicated, takes too much time, or you have extra concerns about safety, you're not a good negotiator, or if you're not sure how to calculate the fair value of the aircraft, you can reach out to me and I can help you. Here you have a list of all the things that I can do for you. Just send me an email and we can start working together. Thank you.